Welcome to the IllumiNewsroom.
It turns out there's been a secret hiding on the Lorcana website. If you go to the pages for the individual inks, you'll see a set of 3 hexagons holding portraits for character cards, most of which at this point have been revealed. However, there are alternate versions of these trios that are still on the website itself and are somewhat easily discoverable through URL manipulation. So, without further ado, let's see what's been hiding just around the URL. For Amber, we're getting a 3rd Ariel? That does mean Amber can only fit either Cinderella or Gaston, and I'm leaning toward Gaston at this point. This Ariel looks basically right out of the movie, so yet another Storyborn? It's honestly a little surprising to me that there are neither Dreamborn nor Floodborn for such a beloved character. If I were to guess at a subtitle for this one, I think it will obviously be Under the Sea. For Amethyst, we see a Tinkerbell. This one also is clearly Storyborn, which is part of a growing list of evidence making me think Giant Fairy will be Floodborn. Maybe this iteration will have something referring to pixie dust? In Steel, turns out we're getting a 3rd Aladdin, and this has got to be Street Rat. That does mean that in the first chapter, we are either getting an Anna or an Alice, but not both, and personally I think it's more likely we get Alice in that Amethyst slot. In Sapphire, we not only get further confirmation that the Merlin art we've seen is for a character, but we also see a Hades, which I did predict, and Moana's dad? Apparently this guy's name is Chief Tui, which I don't know if that was even said during the movie. The question is, will he be called on the card Chief Tui or just Tui? Because that will determine what else gets ruled out. If it's Chief Tui, I think that means we're just not getting a Cinderella card at all, unless she's fully in different colors than I predicted. I just want to touch briefly on how they seem to be choosing characters from films. Some movies seem to be getting a lot, like Frozen gets 3 Elsas, along with Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, while it's possible from Cinderella we only get Lady Tremaine. It just seems a little lopsided currently, like why even touch on those movies if you're only going to make 1 or 2 cards from it? The more we see characters getting 2nd and 3rd cards, the fewer spots are left for other movies to touch on the major characters in them. I mean, this is still mostly guesswork on my part, and maybe the team will figure out a way to even out representation, but it still feels a little odd.